Make sure you don't miss a thing. Go to starzology.com/newsletter and sign up.
Welcome to the Starzology Astrology Podcast. I'm your host, Arwynne O'Neill, and today I have a special interview with astrologer from Greece, Thomas Gazi, and we're going to be talking, this is actually the first of a two-part interview. The first half is about his approach to synastry and the really interesting parallels that he can find in charts in a non-traditional analysis, comparing latent aspects, which we will get into. And please make sure to keep an eye out for the second half of the podcast interview, which is going to be about mundane astrology and all of these wars that are happening and the state of the world. So please welcome Thomas Gazi. Hi, Thomas. Thanks so much for joining us on Starzology.
Thank you for inviting me. It's an honor to me.
Absolutely. Well, please introduce yourself to our listeners and let them know a bit about your practice and what you focus on in astrology.
Greek astrologer and with a rather long career, but I'm on to philosophy as a Greek and various branches of astrology as well, mostly synastry, mundane, psychological. Anyway, it is astrological I'm interested in.
Excellent. Well, we would love to hear about your latent synastry practice. That sounds super interesting. And outline for us what that is.
Well, it is a different approach of interpreting synastries. I mean, in a conventional synastry, you just look for affinities, right? If I'm a Leo, probably a Sagittarius or an Aries woman is the perfect match to me. But it doesn't work this way. I mean, I've seen so many couples that are actually discordant. I mean, you see a Taurus with an Aquarius. You see a Cancer with Libra. And you get a headache. You say, how comes this couple is fine and they're having a long marriage? But okay, that's not proof of love, but at least these people are together for maybe 30, 40 years. Something is going on there.
Right.
So ever since I started my practice as a synastry astrologer, I had this question in my mind: how comes life is a Virgo? So I always had this question: how comes discordant people are fine together and they are married and probably happily married, although to an intimate relationship, that's a very special thing to say. Couples are there for a reason, karmic purposes, evolution purposes, and happiness is not always there because there is a lot of pain.
Yes,
in
you never
couple,
know.
Right?
Yeah.
They have to evolve. And no pain, no gain. You don't evolve unless you feel the pain.
For sure.
Yes. So I have studied for a long time, and then by my practice, I developed my own latent synastry theory, which is rather simple. I wasn't looking for the conventional affinities, but for the so-called archetypal affinities. What I mean archetypal is this. I mean, if you are a Sagittarius person, this is Adetokounmpo, the Greek guy that plays basketball, right? You know,
yes.
You know him?
Not really a big basketball person,
right?
But yes.
You know the name.
Yes.
He's a Sagittarius, and he married a lady who is Virgo, but she has a Sun Jupiter conjunction. And a conjunction is producing energy which is similar to a Sagittarius sun. So although their solar signs are discordant, they have a huge common energy there, the Sagittarian Jupiterian energy.
Yes,
And
for sure.
ever since I noticed this, so this pattern repeated to make you realize what I mean, to facilitate this concept. For example, ex-President Bill Clinton,
Yes.
he's a Leo.
Oh, a big Leo. Definitely. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything is Leonian about him.
Yeah,
You know, such a larger than life personality. You just see
absolutely.
the man. He's, oh, yes. And Hillary is a Scorpio.
Very
So
Scorpio.
how comes, yeah,
Yeah.
discordant signs?
Yeah.
But they are together for like, I don't know, 50, 60 years by now.
Yes.
First of all, Hillary has her sun in her fifth house.
Ah, interesting.
The fifth house is the sun, is the house archetypally corresponding to the sign of Leo.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Bill, a Leonian sun, Hillary, a fifth house sun.
Yes.
That's the same almost archetypally.
That's very
Don't
interesting.
get me wrong, signs, but archetypally, they represent similar energies, right?
I can see that.
Similar archetypes, right? Although signs are more cosmic. Here we have a Leonian sun and a fifth house sun, so they do much just out of their suns. But if we move on, Bill's moon is located in his eighth house.
Oh, interesting.
Archetypally, the eighth house corresponds to Scorpio.
Right.
But Hillary is a Scorpio. And this is a powerful connection because my ancestor, the Greek Ptolemy, had a special paragraph in his, Tetrabiblos,
Yes.
saying that we do have strong synastries. Bill Clinton with eighth house moon, and his wife is a Scorpio. That's an amazing archetypal affinity.
Absolutely.
You don't see this right away. That's why I'm calling this type of synastry latent. You don't see it on the first glance. You have to think about it and you have to delve a little bit to get it. Otherwise, you don't see it right away. But it is as important as the classical synastry, classical affinities, right?
That is so interesting. A lot of people think, oh, we have our sun signs in discordant signs, so maybe it's not going to work out. But you're saying there's this deeper layer that can be just as important and can lead to
exactly.
Yeah.
Your phrase is the right one. There is a deeper layer in relationships. It's not an easy thing to investigate and pick up the energies because an intimate relationship is a mystery. Two people connecting and uniting and merging, and it's not so easy to understand the dynamics of a synastry. You have to take other points of view.
Absolutely.
And latent synastry, it's a vital point of view. You have to seek archetypal affinities apart from the classical ones, right? All right, classical ones do work, right? If I'm an Aries and I have a Sagittarius woman, that's fine. It will somehow work, although no relationship is perfect. You are going to clash with another human being somewhere along the road. Not all planets will be perfectly aligned, but this is part of the game. This is part of the evolution thing that the intimate relationship represents. It's not just about having a great time, because I'm listening, I'm close to some cafes and, bars. They are close to my house, and I'm often listening to young girls and boys talks, and they say, I gonna be in a relationship to have fun,
Right.
and I say, poor girl,
Yes.
what you're saying,
Yeah.
it's so far away from reality. You will get in a relationship, but the more intimate it will become, the tougher will be for you,
Yes.
because you're too young, and you work on a raw level of ego, egotistical level, and
Yes.
intimate relationships hate ego. You
Yes.
have to become us. You have to become one with the other person. So poor you that you're gonna have
Yes.
fun in your intimate relationship.
Yes. Narcissism has no place in a long-term
Yeah,
relationship.
absolutely. But they are so innocent. I
Yes.
mean, we were like this when I was 18. I was believing the same thing.
Yes.
I'm gonna
We
become.
just didn't have the dating apps back then to make a
Yes,
romance into a
absolutely.
constant shopping.
Especially,
Yeah.
especially in my generation,
Yes.
not at all. It was everything was, face value. You had to
Yes.
meet the right person in your somehow family environment in Greece. It wasn't easy to get a partner, to encounter somebody out of your family or school environment. So it was everything very strict, severe.
Yes.
But today with Tinder and all these applications, I mean, they ruin the magic.
Yeah.
They ruin magic. It's like buying socks or
Right.
buying, something. Blah, 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 blah.
And
There is
once
no
the magic
meaning
wears
in
off,
it.
you're back on the app shopping again for the next exciting thing.
This episode is brought to you by New Moon Wishing, a self-care guidebook for wishful thinkers. Please see the link in the show notes.
Yes, and it's a pity because intimate relationships are so important and so profound and so um, evolutionary.
Yes.
We rise up through an intimate relationship. It's so powerful, and Scorpios, they have all this mystery because an intimate relationship is represented by the sign of Scorpio. It starts with Libra, but Libra is a masculine sign, so it doesn't delve deep into intimate relationships. It is a little bit scared.
Yes.
It prefers to balance and harmony.
And
And if you want to become one with somebody, you have to transcend the Libra states
yes.
and be more bold and try to delve deeply with the individual you are with. So you merge with this person and you become one. And this always comes through pain
Yeah.
and tribulations and everything. But the study of synastry is so important. And I have so many examples. I mean, regarding Bill Clinton and Hillary, there are so many latent synastic elements. Just let me tell you some of them. I mean, apart from the ones I have already mentioned, Hillary, unexpectedly, because we think of Hillary as being tough, but she has a Pisces moon,
Yes.
yes, which is a quite compassionate moon.
It would
might
have to
become,
be. It would have to be, wouldn't it?
yes, but since Pisces is a super universal,
Yeah.
transcendental sign, it might become impersonal as well.
Right.
And if you become that impersonal, you are tough,
Yeah.
right? Because nothing personal is important to you. You are just on a frequency of, collectivity, a collective frequency that
Yeah.
everybody, we are all one. So it doesn't matter who you are because we are all one.
That is so
That's
interesting.
a strange situation.
Yeah.
And Hillary has a Pisces moon. Bill has a Taurus moon, but in their synastry, and this is another latent element, Bill's moon is falling in Hillary's 12th house.
Wow.
And why I'm saying this? Because in that way, Bill's moon gets Piscesized, becomes Pisces,
Right.
as long as Bill is side by side with Hillary. And this is so critical and so vital in relationships. When you are with a partner, you become something you are not, probably. But since you live with this partner and you exchange energies constantly, and you are hand in hand, and he or she stands by your side, and your planets are falling in your partner's houses, and the other way around, you become something you are not with this person.
Right.
And we all feel that. I mean, we get in relationships and we feel we are not what we were before. It's like we metamorphosized into something new. And when we break and we split our relations, our intimate relationships, again, we feel that there was a huge change. Something changed totally in us.
Yeah.
We are not anymore with that person, and we became something else.
Identity crisis sometimes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we are supposed to pass through identity crisis phases when we get into an intimate relationship and when we split with our partner. And I'm not talking about one night stands because you don't have the time and
No.
yeah to cultivate feelings and soul energies. It's so fast, and often you are drunk, so you don't cultivate almost anything.
Right.
But when the relationship has meaning, it you have to transform and metamorphosize and get into identity crisis when you get into the relationship and when you come out of that relationship in both the stages.
And that brings us to one of the next things you had mentioned, which is the progressed charts in synastry. How do you use that
Yes,
in your practice?
indeed. I use them a lot. And what is actually the progressed chart is our own self in the present, because we ever change as human beings, as energy fields, because every human being is a humongous energy field, auras and energies, and we are not static. We are not, we ever ebb and flow. We ever change. And if we are in an intimate relationship, uh, the way we change affects the very relationship. And of course, the way our partner ever changes affects the quality and the identity of the relationship. So this is, as ancient Greek philosophers said, everything is flux. Everything is constantly changing, and nothing stays the same. Everything changes. An intimate relationship is ever changing, right?
Right.
And the only method to keep up with this flux of energies and the ever changing of an intimate relationship, in my opinion, is progressions, because you understand the evolution of each member of the relationship. For example, in today's Bill Clinton's progressions, his progressed sun is in Scorpio,
Oh, interesting.
and it has been in Scorpio for very many years now, because progressed sun stays for 30 years
Right.
almost,
Yeah.
right, in a sign. But this is great for Hillary,
Yeah.
because if Bill is a Scorpio by progressions, the two come very close because she's a Scorpio, right?
Yeah.
Also, another couple that I studied for our podcast is President Trump with Melania.
Okay.
Melania has nothing to do regarding her solar sign with Trump, who is a Gemini. She's a Taurus, but her progressed sun is in Gemini, and President Trump is a Gemini.
Right.
And
Wow.
the interesting thing is that her progressed sun is now at the very last degree of Gemini. So uh, very soon it will get in Cancer. So her energy field will change out of this progression. And I think it will affect her relation to President Trump, and they might come a little bit apart.
Yeah. That's so interesting.
Yes, her becoming a progressed Cancer,
Right.
right? Yes, and
So
there are so many intricacies in latent synastry. And for example, let me mention some more elements. President Trump's and Melania's latent synastry a little bit.
sure.
They are so alien between them.
I never would have
Yeah.
guessed that.
Yeah, you will never guess, right? Nobody would guess.
Right.
And you can see this, but there are secret elements that unite them, oddly enough. I mean, Melania has a tight Sun Saturn conjunction.
Okay.
And the Sun in the chart of a woman is so important, and it's one of her masculine archetypes,
Yes.
right? The other one being Mars. So if a woman has a Sun Saturn conjunction, she's seeking a partner with Saturnian characteristics.
Yes.
And guess what? President Trump has his Sun in his 10th house, which is a Saturnian house,
Very much so. Yeah.
archetypally connected to the sign of Capricorn.
Right.
So, what she is seeking, she gets through Trump. And not only this, her Mars is in Gemini, so we get her second masculine archetype. Her perfect partner should have some Gemini attributes, and here we are. Trump is a Gemini.
Yes.
So both her masculine archetypes are satisfied in this relationship. And you don't see this immediately if you just take a look and say, oh, a Gemini with a Taurus woman? No way, it won't work.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We can never look at two charts and say it wouldn't work.
yeah, we should never do that,
On the surface, no.
right?
No.
Because you never know. you never know. But bad thing with many astrologers is like they try to become gods, and they want to predict everything, and they are somehow manipulating their
Yes.
clients by telling them what they should do, which partner to pick up. I mean, or even when give birth to their baby, which I don't understand it. They asked me, my clients, "Oh, I'm about to give birth to my baby. What date and time?" And I said, "Please,
Oh my God.
the universe is more wise than me. Trust
Yes.
me. When the universe wants you to give birth to your baby, you will. And
Yeah.
then we are going to take a look what was the universe's choice, because the baby, it's not just yours,
Yeah.
it's universe's too.
So true.
So let the universe make the choice. It never fails.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, we have so many elements. Like, I can get deeper and deeper in latent synastry. I mean, um, Trump has a Sagittarian moon, and yeah, he was born during lunar eclipse.
Oh,
And
interesting.
yes, that's a strange thing, right? Being born in a lunar eclipse, which is the darkening of the moon, and somehow having a mysterious relationship. We don't know exactly what kind of relationships he had in the past with women,
Yes.
right?
Well, we know that the two times he's won for president, he's beaten women, which is a
Yes, indeed,
historical first.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. But we can delve deeper. He has a Leo ascendant, and the cusp of his seventh house falls in Aquarius, and the cusp of the seventh house is extremely important
Yes.
when we come down to relationships, and the cusp of the eighth, in my opinion, too. But it is a strange fact that he has a seventh house Aquarius, because his attitude regarding mating is strange. It's Aquarian. It's so free. I want to stay free, and I want my freedom, independence, no oppression at all. But uniting and mating with somebody means oppression.
Yes.
It's some oppression you will get because you have to compromise. I mean, I just like to watch football, and my wife likes, uh, melodramatic serials and movies.
Yes.
Uh, and it's hard to see together something, and I compromise often, getting oppressed and seeing some melodramatic thing that I might cry sometimes as well, because we men are sensitive too, and we have feminine energies. But anyway, I would prefer a football match. Anyway,
Yes. There's
we have
plenty of
to,
drama in football.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but it is the autistic masculine energy. You just don't invest sentimental energies, just energy and external activity.
Yes.
Feminine energy means internal activity, like feelings, like feeling and producing soul energies. Because I don't know, in Dallas, for example, in the past, or every kind of this melodramatic series, you just identify with the woman that her partner cheated on her, and she feels bad, and all this, and this is internal activity, feminine activity, and by their nature, women prefer internal activity, while men prefer external activity, right?
Right.
So that doesn't mean that many men have feminine energies and many women have masculine energies, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's all
absolutely.
it's all
Yes.
a it's all a balance, and everyone has all the 10 planets battling for supremacy in their chart, and it's all they're all different characters making up a very complex
Exactly.
balance.
Eh,
Yeah.
By the way, now all the exterior transcendental planets are in masculine signs. Even Jupiter is going to enter Leo in summer.
Yes.
So the energy shifted, but there is no meaning by telling I'm a woman and I prefer feminine energies, or I'm a man and I prefer masculine energies, because we have both. It doesn't
Yes.
mean anything. I know Cancer man, I don't know, with Scorpio or Pisces moon, or a moon in the fourth house, in the eighth house, and they are more feminine than most women,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And the other way around. So, because sometimes I get misunderstood, because in my lessons, etc., I talk about masculine energies, feminine energies, and my newcomers, ladies, usually they say, "Oh, what are you talking about? You're a man and talking about masculine energies like they are superior." I say, no, they are not superior. They are exactly equal. Masculine, feminine energies are the two sides of the same thing.
Yes.
So if we have the same thing, both sides are equal, both faces.
Yin and
Okay,
yang. Yeah.
absolutely. This Chinese were very wise. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, behind astrology, we have this Tao symbol. It's the first lesson to neophytes, neophyte in Greek, new students. I'm talking about the Tao, Chinese Tao, and the whole lesson is about Tao and Yang and Yin energies, because they hide even behind astrology. Somehow, the zodiac is a Tao symbol.
Yes.
Yes.
The balance of
And
masculine and feminine, but each contain a bit of the other.
absolutely, absolutely. More elements about these famous couples. And if you want me, I might talk a little bit about mundane astrology, because we are going through some tough moments right now worldwide.
I would love that. We can continue talking about mundane astrology on I'll call you right back and we can start recording again.
Great, great,
Okay.
great.
All right. Well,
Okay, Arwynne.
I'm going to wrap this up as one episode, and then we'll start another episode. So thank you
Great.
so much, Thomas, for speaking to us about synastry today. This has been
Thank
wonderful.
you, Arwynne.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for listening. This has been an interview with Thomas Gazi, a Greek astrologer who specializes in latent synastry and mundane astrology. Please be sure to check your podcast feed for the continuation of our interview, which should be up next week. Make sure you are getting our newsletter at starzology.com/newsletter. Make sure you're also following me at mspink.net. I'm sending out my weekly newsletter every Saturday. And make sure that you're following or subscribe to our podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Please be sure to send us an email if you want to be a future guest on the podcast. And we will see you next week.
Thanks so much for getting this far through the episode. I just want to take a moment to tell you about the two main options of my astrology services. So the first one is coaching. If you are an aspiring astrologer, and by that I mean someone who's perhaps a hobbyist astrologer, or someone who's learning astrology, or a student, or you've got a few books and you've been doing it for a while, but perhaps you need a little bit of help to bring it all together, then maybe getting some astrological coaching from me would be the answer for you. The astrology coaching I offer is a 1-hour session on Zoom, and it's tailored to answer your particular questions. For example, if you have issues with natal chart readings, we can go there. Or if you're having problems working with your forecasting, we can go there. Or even basic astrology stuff, or even getting yourself organized for your astrology business. The idea is that astrological coaching will answer your particular questions. It's tailored specifically to you and where you are in your astrological journey. And I'm happy to help you out with some guidance about how you can get going, what to focus on, and what to dismiss. So that would be the astrological coaching for people trying to learn astrology. The second astrological service I offer is consultations. So this is for someone who perhaps doesn't know anything about astrology, but they just want to have their chart read or get their chart done. Call it what you will. So once more, this is a 1-hour consultation over Zoom. I will interpret your chart, tell you about the main features, tell you about where the energy is flowing, and all the rest of what is entailed in a thorough natal chart interpretation. I can also add in some forecasting in there too, bearing in mind we only have 1 hour. So just in summary, I've got coaching for people who want to learn astrology, and I've got consultations for those who want to get an astrology reading done. I'm Alison Price from Starzology.com. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time.